If you're at all curious about quantum leaping or quantum jumping for manifestation, then you want to watch this video because I break down what quantum jumping is or quantum leaping is and how you can actually do this with your consciousness so that you can jump into a timeline where your manifestation is already there. If you want to learn about that, definitely watch this video. Hey, I'm Marian, and on my channel, I talk about manifestation, feminine energy, and so much more. If you love all that stuff, definitely hit the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, and give me a thumbs up, and let's dive right in. So what is quantum jumping? So in physics, a quantum jump is defined as, and I'm going to read this to you, an abrupt transition of an electron, atom, or molecule from one quantum state to another, with an absorption or emission of a quantum. This is energy, energetic states. And so when we're talking about quantum leaping and quantum jumping, when it comes to manifestation and timelines, is that timeline shifting, which if you want to learn about timeline shifting, watch my last video, we talked about that. Shifting can be going from like 1 degree to 2 to 3, and it could be slower shifts. And maybe you can jump 1 to maybe a few degrees more. But quantum jumping is just even more immersive. It's basically collapsing it and going from like 0 to 180. Once people start really getting into timeline shifting, you're able to start quantum jumping. And it's really just even more. So instead of, let's say you have timelines that are very close together, and you've already done a lot of the shifts, you know how your energy works, you've been working on manifesting and all this, and you're ready to quantum jump, and you stay with that belief, you can literally have those, when people talk about overnight changes or how things happen even within a month or a year or even 3 months or sometimes overnight, that's quantum jumping. So quantum jumping talks about even bigger jumps into your reality and your consciousness. So quantum jumping goes through the same exact format as timeline shifting. And in the last video, I talked about the 4 steps. So first, you have to get clear on what it is that you truly want. Get really clear. Because when you're trying to jump to a huge jump in reality, sometimes that version of you is completely different from who you are right now. And this is why I also talk about in past videos about be delusional, because you have to believe it in yourself before you see it. You have to believe that that version of you is possible, that version of you that maybe lives in a different country, that version of you that has a successful business, and your reality right now is maybe you're working at a 9 to 5, or you're working in hospitality or whatever it is, right? But you know that that's for you, so you're able to take the leaps, but you have to get clear on what it is you want. Second step is you have to get a lot of energy to jump. Just like you're in one of those cars, right? Race cars that go from 0 to 100. It takes a lot of acceleration, a lot of energy. It's like having a push, but when it comes to quantum leaping, you need even more energy. You need even more torque. You need more of that, right? Because you're going further. It's like doing a slingshot. Instead of like throwing it just right across for a few feet, you're trying to go like, whoo, and quantum leaping. So it's just bigger, more space, more changes, even drastic changes. So you need to have a lot of your energy. You need to, breath of fire is really good to get that, practices. And even a lot of people can quantum jump, but oftentimes they don't have the energy to lock in that timeline, to stay there. And because they haven't done a lot of reprogramming for their beliefs, they go back to what's comfortable, right? Or all of a sudden they have all these things. It's as if like someone who won the lottery but didn't do the money work, and so they lose it all, right? They were able to get that, to manifest it, right? Large amounts of money, windfalls, but because they didn't have the beliefs behind it, that they were worthy of money, to keep that, to grow it, they threw it all away. So locking in that frequency of that new timeline when you quantum jump is equally important. You've done the work of going, now you have to do the work of staying there, right? To lock in that timeline. And then lastly, the last step is to continue with your practices, to continue your beliefs, your assumptions, to continue being an energetic match for that timeline that you quantum jumped in. And in my next videos, I'm going to talk about symptoms, because a lot of us right now, through the pandemic, so many people have woken up to their own consciousness, to spiritual awakenings, to realizing that they actually have the power to shift things with their thoughts, their minds, their emotions, that a lot of people, we've been changing and shifting into a lot of timelines. I don't want to go deep into it, but that's why there's a lot of Mandela effects, and we remember things differently because a huge number of us did a big shift collectively as well as individually. So drink a lot of water, that's my one tip, and then watch my next videos where I talk about certain symptoms and what you can do to lock in your timeline. So that's the quick and dirty about quantum jumping. The steps are simple, it's the execution, right? And oftentimes this is why practices of protecting your energy, cleansing your energy, of breath work, of meditation, of being focused, of maintaining a high vibration is so important, because it helps you in all these other things that you are doing. Because remember, you are always manifesting, but most people are creating their reality unconsciously, and they're wondering why things can't change. So be more conscious about it, have a more conscious, aware effort of how you are living your life. All right, thank you so much for watching. Let me know below, like, did this blow your mind? What about quantum jumping do you have any questions on? Comment below if this resonated with you, and if you have any specific questions, you can always slide into my DMs. You can hit me up on Instagram and TikTok, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and give me a thumbs up. Bye.